Tell me about those early years, because I know you got a gig opening for Missing Persons.
Right.
They were kind of a new wave punk band, and it wasn't probably your audience, and you got booed. And like, was there a time when you were a little lost or trying to figure it out, but you had already committed to this is what you wanted to do, and it was kind of touch and go?
Yeah, I mean, after the Missing Persons experience, that proved to me that I probably shouldn't headline for a while, because I didn't think I had the audience for it, and I didn't want to be in a position where the people weren't there to see me, and I just didn't like being pelted with things.
Did you get stuff thrown at you?
Oh yeah,
really?
Absolutely. That was kind of traumatic, because I thought, oh, I like Missing Persons. They're a cool new wave LA-based group, and I'm sure their audience would love to hear accordion-based song parodies. And basically, as soon as the curtain went up and they saw the accordion, I literally was pelted for 45 minutes with everything that wasn't nailed down.
God, you tell that story, and I think, you didn't find your crowd in school. You go off to college, and you kind of found your people a little bit, but then you go out on the road, and you have this idea, now I've got my thing, and then the cool people still... it wasn't, what I was doing was not perceived as being cool. Right.
Certainly in the first part of the 80s. I mean, obviously I had a few big hits, but I think some people looked at me as being hacky, or being like very lowbrow, like one rung low below a prop comedian, So yeah, it was a little bit tough to get any kind of credibility at all, and I think the sheer fact that I've had the tenacity to just hang in there for a long period of time has made people maybe rethink that a bit. Like, it's like, oh, he still hasn't gone away. Like, this is not supposed to happen.
What would keep you going when that kind of thing would happen?
Well, even in the early days, I was making a living, because prior to that I was working in a mailroom for minimum wage, which at the time was like $5 an hour. And as long as I was making enough to, to pay for my rent and pay for my macaroni and cheese, I was like, well, this is more fun than doing that. So as long as I could make a living doing what I loved, I thought, well, like my dad said, like, if you're happy, you're a success. And I was certainly happy. Were
you self-critical back then in terms of the work you were making? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I know a lot of artists go through periods where they are pretty self-critical and...
Yeah, I mean, you have those voices in your head, but I don't listen to them too often. I mean, I think every creative person goes through the bipolar cycles. Like, I'm a genius, I'm a fake, I'm great, I'm horrible. I heard that the famous cartoonist Tex Avery, on his deathbed, was telling people, I've wasted my life. I did nothing but these stupid cartoons my whole life. And which tears my heart out, because he was like one of the greatest and most brilliant animators ever, and he just felt like, oh, I've just wasted my whole existence on this planet, when he brought so much joy and happiness and laughs to so many people. So I always keep that in mind, that like, even though I'm doing stuff that is ostensibly silly and ridiculous, I've heard from so many people that have told me, like, I was really in the dumps, I was nearly suicidal, and then I listened to your song on the radio, and it kind of snapped me out of it and made me feel better. And that means a lot to me. That means that even though like what I'm doing is, a lot of people think it's disposable or has little value, I mean, it has value to those people.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.